Sweet. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy Narik Chase. In this video, we're going to continue the Fallout 5 Wishlist series. And this video will be focusing on the new creatures, reoccurring creatures, just generally the creatures definitely want to see in the game. Now, for some people, some of the creatures that they've had generally throughout most of the games, such as the Super Mutants, the Death Claws, in the more recent games like Mirelurks, the Yagway, the giant rad scorpions, rad roaches, can feel a bit repetitive. But me personally, I don't feel that way, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw out some ideas. First, I'm going to go back to the notes that I had taken about the subject, and I just go ahead and just start shooting them off the top of my head. So far, I have said there are some great creatures in the Fallout series. You have the classics: Mirelurks, Rat Scorpions, Super Mutants, Death Claws, the Zetans. For those who don't know, the aliens that generally show up in each one of the games, or at least the more modern ones. But should these well-known creatures return for the next installment? True, like any animal, they have their specific environments, which I do like. That they like to live in. So you're not going to see like a rad scorpion in like a cold region. It wouldn't make any sense. Mirelurks, you're not going to see them in a region that has no water. It wouldn't make any sense. But a change of location will introduce new creatures and also new variants, which is one thing I am also looking forward towards. Now, for example, in Fallout 3, we have the humanoid Mirelurks, while in New Vegas, you don't have any Mirelurks, except for the Lake Lurks, but they look like Mirelurk Kings. And in Fallout 4, you have the Mirelurks, but they are a different variant of Mirelurks. So, like that, that's if you're going to reintroduce a creature like that, make it different, which is one thing I will say Fallout 4 did incredibly well. They introduced a lot of great creatures. And they reintroduced them, reimagined them. They had, of course, they got the giant rad scorpions, but in Fallout 3, they're just scorpions. New Vegas, they're just scorpions. In Fallout 4, they can burrow, and they have a totally different design. Again, like I said, with the Mirelurks, in 3, they're humanoid. They walk like human, they're bipedal. But in 4, they more like crabs. They look more like crabs. Also, you have the I'm having a brain fart right now. The Death Claws, of course, and the Death Claws in New Vegas and 3, they were more bipedal, but in 4, they're more they can run on all fours and stuff like that. They have different abilities. Like they'll try to throw stuff at you. They'll try to kick dirt up at you. They are able to stun you. They're also able to. Some can even burrow, I want to say, or is it camouflage? They just generally have different variants, and I do like that. They're going to introduce these creatures again, make a different variant of it, which again I do like that concept. Some creatures, but there are a bunch of creatures that I do like, and I kind of would like to see them return. If it's like in a boggy area, I wouldn't mind seeing like what was those messed up guys, those mutant guys in the DLC from Fallout 3. Those like country dudes, those redneck hillbilly guys. Can't remember what they're called now. But I would like to see those make a return if it's in an environment like it's New Orleans or something like that. I think it would be pretty cool to have those. If it's in New Orleans, yes, I wouldn't. Since it's a boggy area, lowland type area, yes, you would definitely see the Mirelurks, Mirelurk Queens. I wouldn't mind seeing the Gator Claws. It wouldn't make sense for the Gator Claws to make sense to be there because alligators typically, or is it crocodiles? Well, one of them typically, that's a nice area environment for those. Fall crawlers, thought those things were amazing. The angler creatures, I thought that'd be a great a good place for them to be there too. Super mutants, I wouldn't mind seeing super mutants make a return, but I would if they are going to make a return, I would like to see organized structure with them. Because that kind of would make sense. So if you see a bunch of super mutants, like what is the one super mutant that's in Far Harbor, the one that sells you that he's friendly and he sells you stuff. And he's got the dogs. He was a really cool super mutant, like a tribe of super mutants that wear like Yagway furs and stuff like that. Great. Wouldn't mind seeing the super mutants return. I wouldn't mind seeing another variant. A mutant variant, because in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, in Fallout 3 you had the super mutants and they had centaurs. In Fallout 4, you had super mutants and the mutant hounds. I want to see if they're going to do the super mutant angle again. I want to see some type of new super mutant-ish type creature with them. Maybe it's a different variation of a dog. Maybe it's a horse. Maybe it's a totally different monster. Like, I would like to see the super mutants again organized, but it'd be nice to see different other variants of super like mutated creatures that they did. I can't really think of in like maybe a mutant Deathclaw. So, I mean, Deathclaw generally is a mutant chicken. I don't know. You know, we wouldn't have thought of a mutant dog, but we got a mutant dog, and that's pretty cool. So I would like to see more mutated type creatures steaming towards the super mutants. So that'll be freaking awesome. One creature that I do want to see, again, if it's a boggy area, yes, the bloatflies, also, you know, the giant mosquitoes, the stingwings, like things like that would make sense. If it's a mountainous area, Deathclaws would make sense. The Yagway makes sense. You know, creatures like those, I guess mole rats, the scorpions would make sense for those type of creatures to be there. And I don't know what the hell that is. I'm like I could barely breathe. The swamp folk, that's what it is. The swamp folk. They were hard as hell to fight. But anyways, if it's more of like an area with like a forest or something like that, you can have. I would like to see, you know, if it's the forested area, going back to that idea, ants, the Yagway. I guess if there's streams and rivers, possibly gator claws. Should be if it's like fields and stuff like that. Yes, it would be pretty cool to see the cazadors make a return. Wolves, creatures such as those, and you know, I like to see, and everybody like to see this in the Fallout game. I want to see spiders. I want to see an underground place you can go. You can fight big ass spiders. If it's in a forested area, let them be up in the trees or something. And they just like in Far Harbor, you had those salamander things that kind of dangle upside down, and then when you get near them enough, or if you alert them, they will drop down. Like, it'd be pretty cool. Like in the game Skyrim, those spiders jump from the ceilings, fall from the ceiling sometimes. So that'd be freaking awesome. I would like to see a new variant of ghouls. I would like to see smarter ones, and I want to see some maybe a mutated strand or something. I would like to see a creature like a Wendigo. If it's a cold environment, you know, you have creatures like the Yagway. It's probably like wolves and coyotes or something like that, and a Brahmin or something like that. But I want to see a creature that's going to be like a mixture of super mutant and Deathclaw. So it'll be like a Wendigo. Like, that's what they would call it, a Wendigo. So I'd be like, oh, that'd be completely badass. Or have a creature that's like Bigfoot, like, but it'd be like a variant of super mutants. So that'll be pretty badass. Also, I don't know if anyone played Fallout 2, but those Wanamangos, what is this thing called? Wanamingo. I want to see those in 3D. Like, I want to see those creatures. Tunnelers. I want to see those creatures make a return as well. We have, of course, the cazadors. So what about, and stingwings? What about creatures like, you know, the return, a more mutated version of the mantises, wasps, bees, or something like that? I wouldn't mind seeing those. I wouldn't mind seeing a return to the spore carriers with the Venus flytraps and all of that stuff. That'd be freaking awesome too. One thing I do want to see, depending on, I want to see more variations of mutated birds that you could possibly fight. I want to see a mutated version of some type of aquatic life outside of the Mirelurks. I want to see something that's like a variant of a snake or something like that. they have a Komodo dragon. It'd be nice to see a creature that's a variant of Komodo dragon. But if it's like a mutated Komodo dragon, then wouldn't it be either? Wouldn't it look more like a gator claw? So I don't know. Those floater things from, I believe, the first Fallout game, that'd be pretty cool to see something like that. I want to see more original creatures, not based off of regular creatures, but kind of like just something that is a result of the FEV. The Gehenna that looks like that were in the Van Buren game, where they look like giant tar people. Wouldn't mind seeing those creatures make a return. That'd be pretty interesting, depending on the environment, of course. What if there's like a heavily industrialized area, and you have more mutated creatures stemming from that? Like, I think that'd be freaking awesome. Some kind of sludge monster that comes up out of the ground. I want to see some type of blob monster too. Like maybe a mutated walking jellyfish, or again, like plants that attack. If you get too close, they grab you or eat you. Or some kind of creature that's like an antlion that burrows underground. Or maybe like in that movie, Eight-Legged Freaks. You remember how they had those big spiders that would jump out of the ground and grab you and pull you down? Like that'd be cool. I think depending on the environment, because I would like to see an underground section too, and not just sewers, like caves or something like that, that would have creatures like the tunnelers, you know, giant spiders and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, in the comment section below, just let me know what your thoughts are, the creatures you would like to see in Fallout 5. I've listed some. Tell me if you agree with them. Tell me if you didn't agree with them. Give me some of your ideas. Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on here on the Narik Chase channel. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do upload videos. So, guys, y'all stay tuned. And until the next video, catch you guys later.